Welcome to Landria Anka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fear to live an awesome life. Fear is absence of faith. You can't have a little bit of faith. That's called hope. Faith is walking into a room with a dead person on the couch and knowing that Christ could come in and bring that child back to life. And those parents had that kind of faith. And because they did, the miracle occurred. Those who did not believe were not allowed in that space. Why? We're just energy. Don't try and think too hard about this stuff. We're just energy. And energy's connecting to like energy. Higher frequencies to higher frequencies. Information on high frequencies are not going to exchange information to low frequencies. It will fall on deaf ears, so to speak. I want to send this message to anybody who's worried right now. This is a very pivotal, transitional moment in the history of this planet. Now remember, there are endless probabilities. So you get to choose which one you participate in. You get to choose. If you are worried right now, I want to work with you just for a few minutes, and hopefully we can at least relieve it a little bit. I want to explain a couple of things. First of all, what's happening right now for you could be a pivotal, awesome moment in your life, because you are part of this energy. We are one. And we're all being affected by this change. Because the history of this planet has been so violent, so dense, the earth and all of existence is taking a movement, making a movement toward an improvement. It has to, in order for this planet to survive. And everything ultimately is raising its frequency and will return to the one source of which everything exploded from in a moment that probably doesn't even exist, because the one wants to experience itself. We can't possibly imagine what's behind it because it's so beyond human comprehension. So I don't want you to go there. We spend too much time trying to figure out, and we won't. Because as long as we're in these bodies, we won't have all the answers. Even if you go to an enlightened state. When you go to an enlightened state, you don't need the answers. You just feel pure love, and that's all you know, and you know that's all we are. If you are worried right now, it's because everyone has an opportunity to shift up to the higher dimensions or to stay down in the lower ones. There will be a cleansing, so to speak. Now, I don't want you to be afraid of that. I'm going to be terminated. Yeah, we all will. We're all going to die. But we don't ever terminate. So make good use of your time here. If you're worried, I want you to understand that this is your moment to change how you've been behaving, how you've been thinking, what have you been believing, what have you brought forward that is not true, that you're ready to let go of. That's why you're in this critical situation. Because it is your opportunity to say, I'm done with that. The old earth doesn't work anymore. The density doesn't work. Suffering doesn't work. Hurting one another. Self-gratification for just the material world doesn't work anymore. All of this we're finding out, it just doesn't last. But we do. And love and peace does. And it exists right now. If you are going through worry, if you're going through a critical time in your life, even if you're not, let's say you're financially okay, but you're still going through a transition, you're wondering what your purpose is, or you're feeling sad, maybe you haven't found the love of your life and you're feeling, alone, and you're thinking, why am I here? And you've worked so hard maybe all your life and you're thinking, for what? And you don't know what to do. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to seek. And you keep hoping for an answer and you're not getting one. But you are. Here's your answer right now. You have a choice right now to change everything you've been doing, every habit, everything that's been a pattern. Because I guarantee you, whatever you're feeling now probably has either been a pattern or decisions that have put you exactly where you are, your decisions. Of course, they've all been your decisions. No matter what's transpired in your life, no matter who's come into it, you have participated in that decision making that brought you to this critical point to shift it all. And the universe is saying it's time to shift. Your worrying is telling the universe that you don't believe, that you don't have faith, that you do not connect to the one, even though you are the one. You are I am. It's time to connect to that. Ask yourself if whatever you're thinking and feeling is contributing in a positive way to where you really want to be. We have that answer. No. Then why are you doing it? You have control over your thoughts. You have control over your beliefs, and you can change all those. Even if you sit there and tell me, no, I do, but I believe this. I believe this. How do I stop believing it? You just got to let go. What do they say? Let go and let God. Just let go and say, okay, that's a belief. That's a thought. It's not contributing to anything. What's happening right now? Well, I'm sitting here watching Landria talk to me. Nothing else is going on unless you create it. If there's something going on and you're stressing right now, you're creating it because you're sitting here watching a video right now, which means you have internet, which is great, right? Be thankful for that. You have internet, you have communication within to access information. Meditations, positive stuff out there, and that's what you need to seek out. What have you been doing that has not been positive? How have you been living your life every day? Are those things, those patterns, is that behavior contributing to your life in a positive way? Maybe you say, well, I'm working hard, I'm doing all the right things. No, you're doing things, but not the right things to make the change that you need to change your life. What can you do to change that? How can you change your thinking? How can you catch yourself from the negative thinking and say, I'm done with this. I'm done with suffering. I am something fabulous and powerful. And I'm done with believing anything less than that. And I am choosing to be part of the shift to the higher dimension. And I choose to go into it. Asking the universe to guide me to that. Asking the universe to take me there. You ready? Are you ready to go there? I think you are. You wouldn't be on this channel if you weren't. Are you ready to stop suffering? Are you done? Yeah, I think you are. Right now, that feeling, it's not good. It's an addiction because you've trained your ego. It's just an addiction. And giving up addictions is difficult. I just saw a man who just got $1 million because I don't know if it was a group of people or whatever, bet that $1 million that he couldn't get his body fat down to 10%, and I think he had to lose like a couple 100 pounds, and he did it. Isn't that interesting? He was motivated by money, but I bet you it feels good to have 10% body fat. So what was the motivation? Find your motivation. Is it to stop suffering? Is it to have the things in life that you want? Is it to just feel joyful? Because having the things isn't the answer either. It's if that's what you've been seeking, then maybe it's not working because you're seeking things that have no lasting power. only that love and peace inside of you. And I know you're probably thinking, gosh, it's so far from my reach. It's not. Whatever you're doing, you have to change these patterns. You have to ask yourself if what you're thinking right now is true. Is it true? Who's it? I think Byron Katie does. She has this question, is this true? A lot of times you might say, yeah, I'm broke. But the question is worrying changing that? Actually, no, it's fueling it. Are you motivated? Are you motivated to stop that? Right now, I want you to take a deep breath. Let it out. And I want you to sit with whatever you're feeling right now. Just sit with it. It's just a feeling. Isn't that interesting? It's just a story that goes on in your head. Can you observe it and not act or react? Can you say, that's just a story? And it's not true. Because there's nothing that you cannot turn around. There is nothing you cannot turn around. Now, if you tell me you have terminal cancer, okay, that also can be turned around. And you can also make a decision if you need to leave. It's not good nor bad. Some people have made the decision to leave at a certain time. Maybe it was an agreement in advance. Still nothing to fear. I know, easy for me to sit here and say it, right? Still nothing to fear. There is nothing but life and light and love. That's what's real. It was a Freudian slip. There's nothing but life. Yes, there's nothing but life. Everything is alive. This planet is a living, conscious, intelligent thing. Just like the hair grows on your body and you have sight and smell and all of these things that happen to you and it functions, this planet functions the same way. It has internal parts to it that are alive, that move, that react. And they react to us and our energy and what we feed it. And your body is no different. Because everything out here you're reacting to, and everything reacts to you. You're connected to that. So you are not walking around alone, a sad, worried, desperate person. You're connected to everything, every resource, every thought, every idea, every answer, every solution. Every solution to whatever problem you have right now can be turned around if you release it. And know that this worry that you have right now is a story you're telling yourself. It is not helping you in any way, shape, or form. And it will change nothing. Are you ready to let it go? Are you ready to have real faith? Real faith is, I know you guys will probably go, okay, I have faith, I have faith, I have faith. No. Sit there and say, okay, I have faith. This is turning around. This is turning around. It's already done. It is already done, by the way. Every probability exists right now. Everything you ever wanted that you're worrying about, you already have right now. But your worry is the block to that. It's not believing that you can have that. It's not believing that that probability exists. It's believing in something else that's a story. It's time to stop being the negative storyteller. So let's sit with our feeling. Whatever you're feeling right now, let's take a deep breath. Hold it, and then let it out. And feel your body. Feel the energy in your body right now. Do you have tightness? Is this worry causing tightness in your body? Relax that chest. I used to put tightness in my shoulders and my chest muscles tighten up. It actually caused a heart murmur and heart palpitations, some serious ones. Doctor said, you are healthy as a horse. And guess what? They're long gone. Because I sought out joy, I sought out peace. I sought out a way of life that wasn't as glamorous, wasn't all this crazy private jets and stuff, working with billionaires. And now my life, it's one of peace. But it will have challenges. Be okay with that. Be okay. Those challenges will not be so earth-shattering anymore. Know that the more you release these feelings right now and know that this too shall pass. What I desire exists right now. This is turning around for me. I have total faith in the one that can create anything. Planets, life forms of every size and color and shape. That is intelligent, and that intelligence is in every single molecule and cell in existence. And there is nothing else but the one. And that there's more intelligence in the unseen than the seen. Because the seen is more dense. And we need to reconnect to that world that has no judgment, no stories, no good nor bad. It just is. Totally accepting and waiting for you to join it. And you came here and you're at this pivotal point so that you can release it. So no matter what's going on, you might say, yes, but I'm going through this stuff. And my answer is, that's why you're going through this stuff, so that you can take this challenge and turn your life around. Not just with the finances or the relationship or whatever you're experiencing. Turn your life around with your faith and releasing the stories and the worry. And just letting it float by, not fighting it. Don't fight it. It has its own energy. You've been training it for years. So I just wrote a little blog and I said, it's like the ego is this kid, this 2-year-old. For me, it's this stray cat that comes in and meows until I pet it. Sometimes it's like, okay, enough, I love you, but geez, I can't pet you every second. I can imagine, it's like they have a 2-year-old yanking on you, mommy, daddy. And then the ego becomes this snappy little dog that's just biting at your heels and it hurts. And then it becomes the snappy neighbor's dog, or the snappy stray that you're not attached to, that's just mean and just wants to follow you around and bite your ankles. You wouldn't have problems getting rid of that, would you? So many of us are attached to that story in the ego. It's our 2-year-old. You don't get rid of your 2-year-old if it gets annoying. But you can get rid of something. You can get rid of a swarm of mosquitoes that's attacking you that you really have no attachment to, nor does it serve any real good purpose to you personally. That's what your ego is right now. It's serving no good purpose. Worry is serving no good purpose. You do not have to own it. And yes, it'll follow you around. That's okay. There it is. Can you take a deep breath and feel this? Feel your body and feel and be aware of what's going through your thoughts right now. Let's take a deep breath. The unknown is probably one of the most frightening things for human beings. The ego likes to control, and it wants to know what the future is going to bring. It wants to control that future. It wants to know that everything's going to be okay. So I'm going to tell you right now, everything's going to be okay. Know this. Everything's going to be okay. You don't have to own these feelings. You take a deep breath and you just watch it and say, this is an emotion. This is a self-created emotion. I don't have to own this. And then you meditate and you keep doing this and watching it and watching the worry and watch it float by and don't react against it. And when the thinking starts in, you say to yourself, this thought serves no good purpose. I release it. I release it. Say your mantra. I am whole. I am perfect. I am strong. I am powerful. I am loving. I am harmonious. I am happy. Thank you for all of the miracles that are appearing in my life today and every day. Thank you. You are powerful beyond your imagination. Have faith in that. It is true. Science shows that we do hold that power. The collective consciousness is even more powerful. And it's your job, your mission, to raise your frequency and contribute to the peaceful world, this dimension that you can go into. This is your challenge and your pivotal point to do that. This is your opportunity. This is not a bad thing. This is your opportunity to get a hold of this, to get this in check and say, okay, here it is again. I'm done with it. You are whole. You are perfect. You are strong. You are powerful. You are loving. You are harmonious. You are happy. Thank you to the One for sending miracles to you today and every day. Do you receive them? Yes? Have faith in that and know they are already done. And now relax. Relax, and no matter what happens out here in this material world, know that it's done. It's okay. Yep, I see this. I'm not worried because it's done, and it's just a matter of time before these things show up. I can wait. I'm okay. And then be blissful. Be blissful, and those things will appear. Namaste.